Taking a look at some AccuSharp knife and tool sharpeners, and their Scissor sharpener, and their SturdyMount knife sharpener, basically one for the kitchen or for the filleting board. We opened one up here. First impressions right out of the package is that this really doesn't weigh anything. I mean, you know there's something in your hand, but you wouldn't know it from the weight of it. So not uncomfortable at all. It's in a good shape. You can see how the thumb fits right in at the top there. I have a fairly large hand, so my hand is, well, I wouldn't say crowded in there, but I know, you know, I mean, it's a tight fit, but not uncomfortable fit at all. I'm sure it would be just, perfect for people with small or medium hands. Very lightweight, sort of a square shape, so you know you've got something in your hand. We used this little Swiss Army knife for now, just to quickly demonstrate it. You would hold the knife ideally at the edge of a table so that the sharpener has a place to drop down to. But for our demo here, I'll just sort of do it incorrectly at an angle so you can see a little bit better on the film. But the twin blades of the sharpener, which are made out of a tungsten, so they're just very, very hard blades, they're going to come in and just scrape some of that top of the blade material out of there. So once you have this securely on the table, your hands are protected with this, and it just locks into place, and you just, with adequate pressure, you drag it across the blade a few times to basically give yourself to maintain that fine edge. So works great, very safe to use, very comfortable, very lightweight, has a very substantial hole down here, so you could put it on a, you could put a keychain through there, maybe with a float if you were using this around the water, although I believe this probably would float by itself. Otherwise a lanyard, something maybe with a light on it, or perhaps even tying it to another type of sharpener. So I think it's a very useful tool, and we're looking forward to getting it out and testing it with some dull knives. Along with it, we've got the Scissor sharpener. Let's take a look at this one. Now this one is, for all practical purposes, the same size and shape. The big difference is up here on the blades. The regular sharpener is a V shape, where the Scissor sharpener is flat. Of course, because the blades on a pair of scissors are different than the blades on a knife. I think that works. So you can see that the blades are quite, just different in there. It's made in a yellow and blue, more of a maybe a home or a kitchen color scheme. This one obviously is in a camouflage color for hunting. We've got one that's just in the sort of a deep black, maybe it's green, but I think it's a black color, again for taking out into the field. And then this tool sharpener for axes and other things that we might use around the house. Basically though, they're the same sharpeners, just in some different color options, and then this one's in the scissor option. Again, same principle though, you can take the screws out and the blade flips in a different way, but you flip the blade over and again you get double the life out of these. Scissors are basically the same way. You would hold this blade of the scissors on the table and then pull away from your other hand while your hand's protected on this side with the little cover there. So these are some options from AccuSharp for portable knife sharpeners. And then lastly, we've got their SturdyMount knife sharpener, which comes along with not only the screws but also the drill bit, so you have the right size drill bit, you don't crack your fillet board, which is pretty handy. So basically you would use those screws. There's actually on the back here a template, a pattern, so you can again measure twice before you make your drill your holes into the board. Then you have your screws right away. The screws actually hold the thing together and hold it to the board. So again, it can come apart like all the other AccuSharp items, and the blades can be flipped over for double the life. And basically the idea being that it would be attached to your cutting board or your counter in a restaurant, for example, or butcher shop, and as you're working, you can be working and then come over, quickly get that edge back, work again, come back, get your edge, come back, so one-handed you can just keep your hand in fish and keep the sharpener going with just the one hand. So not necessarily portable like these that you'd carry with you, but portable in the sense that it can be right there on your fillet board, or right there next to the barbecue, or right there where you might be maybe on a truck or on a toolbox or something where you might be doing some butchering of after hunting. So portable in a sense, and then some actual handheld portable sharpeners from AccuSharp.